Want to win one of 10 iPads or up to $10,000? It's the 25th anniversary of .com, so tell us how .com has changed your life. Write your story at howdoyou.com and you could win.
Hi, I'm Jay Goldman, and you're watching Status Update on Butterscotch.com. Today, as promised, we're going to take a look at some of the deeper stuff that's involved in social media, and we're going to be looking at Twitter. Specifically, we're going to be looking at replying on Twitter. Now, that doesn't sound like a particularly deep topic, but actually there's a whole lot of stuff going on that you should really be aware of if you want to use Twitter to your benefit. So first, a very quick look at what it means to reply to somebody. You've got tweets that are coming into your Twitter stream, and you can see here on the screen are all the tweets that are coming into my Twitter stream, which are from the people that I'm following. And if I'm looking at any of these tweets and I say, you know what, I'd really like to reply to somebody. So for example, here's a tweet from my producer, Sean. And if I say, hey, I'd like to reply to Sean, I can click on the reply link that is in the box there. And if you're using a third-party Twitter client like TweetDeck or Twitter on your iPhone or your BlackBerry or something, it's the same basic premise. You're going to pick the tweet that you're looking for and you're going to hit reply. The thing to keep in mind here, and this is a really important part of replying, if the tweet starts with a Twitter name, and anytime you see an @ symbol followed by a name, that's a Twitter name, it's only going to be visible to you and the person you're replying to and the people who follow both of you. So if you want that tweet to be visible to everybody in your Twitter stream, it's really important that you start it off with something that's not the Twitter name of the person you're replying to. So as an example here, Sean sent me a tweet which was addressed to me at Jay Goldman, are you ready to explain the mechanics, blah, blah, blah. That tweet is only going to be visible to the people who are following both Sean and I, and not to anybody else in their Twitter streams, unless they come and look for it. If I wanted to make sure that that tweet was going to be visible to everybody in our streams when I replied to him, I could hit reply, and then in front of the tweet, I could say something like, hey, @GlobalHermit, instead of just @GlobalHermit, sure am ready, thanks for asking. And hit the tweet button, and now that'll pop into my feed, it'll pop into Sean's feed as a mention, and it'll be visible to everybody who follows me, not just the people who follow me and Sean. Because that tweet started off with @JayGoldman, that's what Twitter calls a mention. So it's a mention of me, and if I'm logged into Twitter.com, you see in the sidebar here there's an @JayGoldman, so I can click on that, and that will take me to a view of all of the people who have mentioned me in a tweet. Doesn't matter whether that @JayGoldman was at the beginning of the tweet or anywhere in the middle, so it just means that they've mentioned me somewhere in their tweet, and it'll pop up there. And that's an easy way to see that people are talking about you, or they're referring to you, or they're involving you in a conversation. You'll see the same thing in any third-party Twitter client. They'll have some view of being able to give you your @mentions, and it's a good thing to keep an eye on because those are people who are addressing you directly and probably looking for some kind of response from you. So you want to make sure that you're taking a look at your @mentions on a regular basis, replying to them. But if you want that reply to be visible to everyone who follows you, make sure you're putting something in front of the message. A common trend that's sort of come up around this, or a way of handling this after Twitter made the change that put that filtering in place, is to start your tweet off with a period and then the @name. I like to try and find a word to put in there. I find the period looks a little bit strange, but you can always get away with that. And if you find somebody that's doing that in your Twitter feed, you're wondering why you're seeing tweets that start with a period and then an @name, it's because they're getting around that filtering restriction. Before you go, it's the 25th anniversary of the .com, which you may not know, and we're taking part in a little bit of a contest here, which we think is pretty awesome. So if you want to tell us howdoyou.com, you can go there, submit an essay or a video, and you've got a chance to win one of 10 iPads or cash up to $10,000. Now, .com really changed the world for a lot of people, and I actually remember the first time I came across Hotmail.com, which some of you may remember as being the early predecessor of Microsoft's online stuff, but in fact some of you may remember that it was an independent company that Microsoft bought for a staggering amount of money. If I'm not mistaken, it was about $500 million, a crazy number. And I remember the first time I saw a Hotmail signature in an email, and I thought, this is a really strange signature. Almost sounds like it's going to be a site that you may not want to visit, but it turned out to be a free email provider, and it was one of the first times that I'd seen a .com promoted an email signature like that, which of course all the free mail vendors went on to do in their signatures, and it's part of their viral spread. So a little piece of internet nostalgia for you. Remember to go to howdoyou.com, enter for your chance to win an iPad or cash up to 10,000 bucks. I'm Jay Goldman. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.